First question tonight is to James Carafano of the Heritage Foundation from Washington tonight. James, tell me, these students, they are victims of immigration fraud. Why are victims being humiliated and insulted and treated like this?
Well, quite honestly, I don't understand. I mean, I think there's a difference between somebody who intentionally offends the system and somebody that gets caught in the middle. Someone that comes to the United States, I mean, they should be treated like a guest and given these rights and be presumed to be, unless there's some evidence of malicious intent, and it's not clear there is in this case.
So if there isn't, then why have they been tagged in the way that they have been? I mean, this is absolutely revolting.
Well, it doesn't actually. It doesn't actually sound appropriate. I mean, we've built, obviously the United States has immigration laws. Those laws are meant to do two things. They're meant to safeguard American citizenship, but they're also meant to safeguard and protect the rights of individuals that come here. You know, in the United States, if you come to the United States lawfully, you're considered, quote unquote, a U.S. person. You have all the privileges and rights that a U.S. person has. So when someone comes to the United States as a guest, they should be treated appropriately. So quite honestly, I don't understand why the actions were taken the way they were.
Just to put this in perspective, one more quick question to you, James. In your system, who are the kind of people who are usually radio tagged? Because these students are not criminals or proven criminals. Who are the kind of people who have been radio tagged? Worldwide, radio tagging on humans, not just criminals, is extremely rare. Who gets radio tagged in America like this?
Yeah, that's a very, very good question. Normally, when someone is given a bracelet like that, it's because you either need to monitor their movements, or in this case, that they would be a flight risk. In other words, that they would run away or abscond and you wouldn't find them. So if you don't have a presumption that this person is not going to be responsible and come back, then you would do that. But
can I
normally,
interrupt
for example, if someone...
Yeah, okay.
Sorry,
James.
Is going to be deported or something that you think they're going to run away.
Yeah, James. Sorry, that interruption came from Karthikeyan. Karthikeyan, go ahead. Your sister is at Tri-Valley University. She's one of those.
I would like to ask a question.
Yes, go ahead. You want to ask a question? Go ahead.
I would like to. The way Mr. James said that they would run away. Can I ask them, where can they run away? They don't have wings to fly either, because their passports are with the officials. So where do you expect the students to run away?
Well, I agree with you. I'm not sure it's obviously I can't speak for the American government, but it doesn't seem sensible. This doesn't seem a case that somebody who came here in good faith and who doesn't have a passport and really has no place to go, it's not like they're a flight risk and they're not going to show up back in immigration later. So it doesn't really seem to be an appropriate act.
There is a thin line between humanity and your rules, because the students are not accused. The students are not legally proven. They are not proven that they are illegal migrants. My sister has all the legal documents, all the legal admissions we got from the university, and I just want to ask you a question. If the Tri-Valley University is in a stake or it is malfunctioning, why are you people targeting the students? What wrong did the students do? If the university was malfunctioning, then the visa officer shouldn't have been issued the visa to the student. Because it is a foreign country, the student doesn't know before going to the college whether the college or the university is running in a proper way or not. We just had few students, who were pass outs from that university, so that's the reason we had to choose Tri-Valley University. But all of the sudden, it's been more than 6 months the student has been there. Okay, but all of the sudden, the cops come to her place.
Yeah, the point is there's a fine line between being a responsible government official and doing something stupid. And I think that what you're seeing, I think your frustrations, I think, are perfectly reasonable. And you can ask, why is my case not being treated reasonably here? And
it's not frustrations.
I can understand this. I can understand this because Mr. Carafano, let me come in here.
How does a woman feel with an anklet more than a week?
Precisely.
We can't hold our wristwatch more than a day.
Precisely.
We can't hold our wristwatch more than a day. The girls, they are facing these anklets from more than a week. It's been a week and 4 days, I think so.
And I must say this here.
People are suffering from psychological disorders, mental disorders, and even physical disorders.
Yeah. I must say this here. I don't know what made Mr. S.M. Krishna say today to the media, stop reporting on this whole business. For 12 to 15 or 18 students, Mr. Krishna said, we cannot consider what may happen to the other Indian students.
Why should media stop reporting? Media report is equal to our emotions. Because we know what are we facing. Being on a legal side, we didn't commit any crime till now. We are ready to face the situations and we are ready to show all legal documents, whatever the US government is about to ask us. But this is not the way, just shackling the GPS systems to the legs and just leaving the students for more than a week like this. And even our Indian government is not taking any action till now. Only statements or the press meets are being done. Is there any officer or any minister personnel sent to the US government to take action against this issue? I would like to ask the our government only one thing. If any of the US student in India has been treated in the same way like our students are being treated in the US, does the US government react so slowly? Then why is it that our government has took more than a week to react on this?
I think, Karthikeya,
and it took more than a week for just giving a small statement.
I think, Karthikeya, you have a really strong point tonight. And I think what further buttresses your point, a question we are all asking here to the American government is, and James, this is the point we are asking from India tonight. Say an official in America makes a stupid mistake. I mean, I hate to consider this. Some will say this is outrageous and simple racism. You would not dare do this with the Chinese. But you take the Indian students for granted. Say you make a stupid mistake. Why is the State Department not correcting that mistake? Why is the American embassy in India not correcting that mistake? Why is Washington not correcting that mistake? That's the real question tonight. Let me get in Vijaya Kandavali, former education advisor to the US Education Foundation. Does this make sense to you, Ms. Kandavali, the American action?
Good evening, Arnav. It's difficult for me to really, comment on the American action because I'm not aware of the actual immigration law. But if there is a punishment like that, I think it's important for US government also to look into this and see how it affects the students, and probably they should change the law if the punishment rather. If there is a violation of law in any country, the law of the land has to prevail. But I certainly agree, the punishment seems very humiliating for Indian students. If they have done a crime within the US knowingly, then of course that's a different aspect. But most of these students they look like they have committed unwittingly. They have committed this crime. I wouldn't even say crime. Have done this violation rather.
Well, you know, so, the US state.
The punishment seems a little bit hard.
Want to say, because if we.
Yes, Karthikeya, go ahead.
If we really want to go in an illegal way, my sister got admissions from 2 universities. The another university which didn't choose is still running in a successful way. But it was like this Tri-Valley University which is not doing good. So if we really wanted to go in an illegal way, why would we go? When we got a legal documentation from and legal I-20s from both the universities, do you think we're going to choose the illegal university?
US
it's definitely a foreign country, so we don't know what's going on in that university.